Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Manny J here to help you run down the premiere of Season 4 of Capital City Championship Combat with its first show, Reignition. Ladies and gentlemen, this coming Saturday on the 25th of September 2010, this show coming up is very unique in the fact that almost every single match on the card will be determined by a very random draw. Very random. Don't believe me? Ask Mark Polisel, the owner and promoter of Capital City Championship Combat, who said it himself. Almost every match will be determined by a random draw. I say almost every match, as some matches have been demanded. Also, as I mentioned, VIP members are going to be very lucky to have bought that $20 ticket, because you're going to have a very, very awesome responsibility. We'll get to that a little later in the preview. But first, let's talk about the big two matches that have been announced, and they're fairly big. And let's start with Psycho Mike Rollins. Now, as many of you know, the last two shows in Season 3 haven't been the best for Psycho Mike Rollins, having suffered the betrayal of the breakup of his tag team with Josh Alexander, and thinking he was going to get revenge from that betrayal. He actually got betrayed again, this time by MVP Michael Von Payton. Well, the Psycho one has had enough, and he went to C4 management to say, "Don't put me in the draw. I want a match with the newly formed NBA." Keeping in mind, of course, that the third member is the Prince of Persia, Raheem Ali. Well, management has obliged, and coming up on the 25th, a six-man tag team challenge match, a grudge match rather, will take place, as the NBA, consisting of MVP Michael Von Payton, the Prince of Persia Raheem Ali, and Ronin Josh Alexander, will face Psycho Mike Rollins and two partners of his choice. We have no idea who those two men are. There have been rumors flying around, but we are not going to speculate. Also announced, Beef Wellington and Twiggy, consisting of the Wolfmen, have announced that they want a tag team to face. Simple as that. They want to work together in a tag team match. They will have that opportunity, but we do not know their opponents yet. Now, the Wolfmen haven't been having the greatest of times ever since they formed. However, it can't be worse. They want a challenge. They think they can take it. It's going to happen on the 25th. Now, as for the rest of the matches, every single match will be determined by a random draw, including the Heavyweight Championship of the World of C4 Capital City Championship Combat. Its champion, Player Stupefied. You know him. You've seen this guy on Ring of Honor with his partner, Player Uno. You know him collectively as the Super Smash Brothers. Who will Stupefied face? Well, folks, if you've been listening to the Apex Radio Show on blogtalkradio.com, you know it may be very well up. Mark Polisel, as I mentioned, the owner and promoter, has appeared on said radio show and has announced that if you have a VIP ticket, if you have paid $20 to receive this ticket, to have the VIP privileges, you fine folks will have a very extra special privilege. That privilege will be your name will be put into a draw. If your name is picked, you, sir or ma'am, will have the rare and extremely awesome honor to decide his challenger. The challenger for the Heavyweight Championship. That is awesome. I have a ticket myself. I am in this draw. I have a ticket. If you are drawn, you get to pick the challenger. Of course, by being a random draw, but it is still awesome. Take it from me, it's most likely you will actually be allowed to step in that ring. I am jealous. Again, I have the ticket, so it could be me, but if it isn't, I'm going to be jealous. However, ladies and gentlemen, that's just one out of three matches that we do know will happen. We don't know. We don't know what else could happen. We have a list of talents that don't even know what's going to happen. Who are they facing? And folks, it is quite the roster. Let me rate it down. Some of the highlights of this huge roster of people who have signed to be here, to be at the Knights of Columbus Hall on Saturday 25th. Starting with the former champion himself, Mr. Wrestling Kevin Steen, who has been on the roll as of late in Ring of Honor with his partner Steve Grano. Unfortunately, it kind of ended at the pay-per-view Glory for Honor at Ring of Honor. But he is thinking he'll get back in his winning ways when he faces, who knows? Also on the card, a notable roster member, Sean Daivari, former WWE and TNA superstar wrestler, known more or less for his controversial roles in those organizations, and it hasn't changed much as he's joined the embassy with Ring of Honor. However, when he's in Ring of Honor, and he's been there for a while, when he wrestles, it's actually better than half his matches in TNA. Will it be as good as his matches in Ring of Honor this Saturday? Only time will tell, but my guess is it will be awesome. And speaking of awesome, what I just said before, tip of the iceberg. We have a whole list of fine professional wrestlers slated to be here at the Knights of Columbus Hall on September 25th, including textbook Tyson Dukes, Jay Rukin, Virus, The Hacker, Scotty O'Shea, Speedball Mike Bailey, who, by the way, has been on a roll here in C4 as of late, Sexy Eddie, the Canadian Crazy Horse Michael Elgin, who is the owner of Match of the Night in the last show C4 produced, Lucky Sabiti, Nemesis, Alex Silva, and Player Uno, all in for September 25th, 2010. It happens at the Knights of Columbus Hall in beautiful Ottawa, Ontario, just a little bit out of downtown, in 260 McArthur Road, Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. VIP tickets are only available at the door. The doors open at 7 p.m. VIP tickets include the first choice of seating and a bonus match. And, as I mentioned, the important honor of picking the challenger for the heavyweight championship of the world against Stupefied Player Dose. All that, plus, if you can't make the VIP, that's okay. We're still looking for people to fill it up. At general admission is $15. The doors open at 7:30. The show, the main card, starts at 8 p.m. Event is all ages. There is alcohol sales, so you must provide a valid ID if you do want to drink. If you want to stay up to date, you can click on c4wrestling.com. My name's Matt AJ. Enjoy the show. The following was an unofficial fan advertisement unassociated with Capital City Championship Combat. All musical materials are the property of the copyright owners and are used under fair use for non-profit. For inquiries about the announcer, please send an email at thewrestlecast@gmail.com.